Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you beautiful, wonderful, amazing people doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I will be working on Ski Buddy today. But first, I'm going to start off by watching the Dojopit fights. I want to get inspired again. I have not done a stone review on this, so I would like to point out some of my favorite parts and get our animation juices flowing before I dive right in. Okay? This is usually something I do. I'm going to go ahead and let the mountain know. Welcome! Kami Pyro, Chaos. What's up, guys? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? I've made it! Welcome, buddy. Do I sound okay to you guys? Do I sound fine? Can you hear me okay? Hey-o! Struck! Rattle them bones! I'm going to watch the Dojopit fights. Wondering if you guys will join me. And then we'll head into working on Ski Buddy, shall we? Let's just dive right in. People can join us whenever they join us. Let's get it. Cassia, what's up? What's up? Can you guys hear it okay? I turned it up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Hey, yo, what up? I'm gonna make sure my buttons work here. Okay, we're good. Sounds good, Kami. What's up, Brush? Dude, this collab has some of the best theming, I think, across any modern stick fight collab. It feels so cozy. It has such a mood to it, even though there's so many different parts, so many different styles. Sabi did such a good job. Yeah. This right here between Sabi and the question mark person, it feels a lot more like my style of movement. Like, I'm not very fast, and I feel like these movements are a little slower, a little more my pace, you know? What do you guys think? I think Sabi said this took a couple years. This wasn't just two people, though. You'll see. Also, the camera work is so good, it makes me sick. Like, I really want to know how they did the camera work. It's so good. But do you see how, like, the transitions are so smooth? The backgrounds look so nice. The sound effects and the UI look so nice. Valinar and Soapy Bubbles. Working with two different sized figures like this is really difficult in a joint because one person has to punch up while the other one has to punch or kick down. And it's kind of hard to get used to be honest. So they did a good job. Hi. This one's a little bit faster. What happened to 9-stick? I don't know what 9-stick is. Might have been done in a different app. It might have been. This could be done in Premiere or something, or After Effects. It also might be the camera work done by Shuriken's camera. Actually, I'd kind of like to ask him. Can we ask him? Do we have contact with Sabi? Hold on. I want to know. One moment. Also, really like this part by Blue and Loonsar. There's something about Blue's guy here with this like backpack. I don't know what he did or how he did it, but it just, I don't know. Like, it showcases the 3D space really, really well. Look at that smear, by the way. This is the other thing I'm not good at. Look how Blue here, he moves his arm, but look how delayed the sword is. He moves his arm, and then the sword goes. You see that? He moves his arm, and the sword is like it's on the wrist. I've been paying attention to people using swords this last couple weeks really, really carefully. And everyone kind of has a different take. Everyone kind of has a little bit different take. You know? But, like, let's see if he does the same thing here. I find that people tend to have the same preference. Let's see if he changes it up. See, his arm doesn't move that much, but the blade moves a lot. See that? And it looks really good. His arcs are simple. And he gets there quickly. Watch. I'm sure he does it here too. See that? Barely move the arm. Arm from here to here. Oh, dude. This is almost all doubles here, too. So clean. The movement is also not so linear. It's very, like, three-dimensional. He's almost like even right here, he's kind of facing towards the camera. I like that part a lot. Loonsar killed it, too. And Blue went back-to-back here. Now with playing with doing Maverick and then TJB. TJB always so smooth, of course. The tail has a slight outline.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Friends,
just by
watch
thinking
the Friends
about
ads.
It. Meet Base 44,
right.
a complete AI
Friends
creation platform.
Ad blocker on Friends projects, okay? Okay. Ooh, I really want to point this out. Watch this impact here. Hold on. The reason why I want to point this out is you see how this is a joint, right? So one person's going to animate something and then the next person's going to go after. I'm curious how they did this because if you look, he strikes and the other character catches the attack and pushes the blade. They're almost like in tandem struggling with it. This is harder to do when you're working in a file where you pass it back and forth because one person doesn't actually... like when he does this strike, he's going to have to just assume that guy is going to react like that. So that's actually really difficult to pull off in a way that looks believable. They both did a good job there. Crowbar guy. Zen Indian. Young? Also, one thing that's trippy to me is, like, I don't know a lot of these people, and a lot of these people are really talented, and I don't see them anywhere. Like, I don't see them in Dojo, I don't see them solo projects. Where did they come from? How did they get to this project?
I like your cut.
I like your cut, G. Is it just Sabi just knowing people? I guess? So it looks like Sabi's saying it was with the Shuriken V-Cam with the button. We're gonna have to give that a shot, man. I was using it before, but... What's up, GV? Maybe that's what we do today. We redo the camera effects, camera work. Whoa! Okay, I really love this part. I love how different these guys' styles are. I don't know who's who here. Between Drown and Dice. I didn't see how they came out initially. But I wanted to point this out. This swipe is so clean, but it's so stiff. This right here on the yellow guy. Raises straight up, and then just stylistically falls down. Watch this. It's like he's magnetized to the ground, but it's great. What's up, Astral? And the big blade coming out of nowhere is also pretty wild. Look at, watch. Whew, one frame, bro. Look what you can do if you're bold enough. That was bold. Ooh! Whoa! What was that zip, bro? Hold on now. Did he just get there? He did. He just got there. Two speedsters. All right, Mason Soda. Ooh, wait a minute. Wow, that swing was a bit bold. I see it, though. I would have actually gone through and maybe added a little bit of a trail to this. It's kind of hard to see with just the blurred after image. What was that? Hold on. Ooh woo. Yo, his movements. Soda is wild, dude. His poses are so nice. He's straight up dancing. Oh, those sound effects. You hearing this? Pit fights really does need more love, man. Pit fights so clean. Lamp man. See, now let's go. Let's go. Remember what I said about how the other animator just moved their wrist for the sword movement? Let's see how he does it. That's a little closer to my movement. Like, I'm moving the whole arm. He does wrist movement there, though. Triple sword frame. What's up, Crow? How you doing, buddy? Notice the footsteps here. I wonder if he keeps doing the footsteps all the way throughout. Listen. Only on the one character. Also notice how the music isn't too loud and how the music is transitioned in. It's like panned in. That was a coral sound. Ooh. John's going in, getting the weapon out here. I think I need to do more flavor stuff like this with the sword, too. For Ski Buddy. Where it's not just really attacking, it's just like... You're just styling on him. You know what I mean? In preparation to attack. Whoa! Zen, what was that, bro? Hold on. Look at this. This is something I suck at too. The turn away facing from the camera kicks. Oh. Oh, that anticipation's so clean. I love that. Oh. It's so quick, but... Oh, I love that so much. It just flows so well. Again, the movements. There's something to learn. See, now, what I like to pay attention to, look at the torso. Look specifically at the torso. Okay? He's leaning forward. Leaning forward. Still leaning forward, but now he's up a little bit more. Now he's more balanced. And I bet you he goes into the opposing lean. Yep. He used that attack to set him up into his anticipation for his next attack. Boom. See that? Same thing. If you want to do multiple attacks and you don't know what you want to, how you want to execute those multiple attacks, just make sure your ending pose sets you up your anticipation for your next attack. And the torso tells you a lot about that. I knew him going into it like this. He's going to have to get that back, the torso, going the opposite way. And he does that. So he's like almost horizontal, more upright. Now he's leaning the opposite way. But look, as he leaned the opposite way, he also uses that as his setup for his next swing. Boom. Anticipation into the swing. I love this also, this back and forth, where you're going back and forth and you're not necessarily traversing a lot of space. I think it's wildly underrated. Wildly underrated. Where are these animators? How did you find all these? I gotta ask them. I'm asking Savi right now. Like, there's so much style in, and I also notice a lot of people don't actually want to take each other out. They either end in a tie through both of them losing, or they end in a tie because they just stop. It's kind of unique key impacts here. I'm watching how they're doing their rotations on the blades, mostly on the yellow character to the left. Spiny, what's up, buddy? The rotation, like they don't move the blade evenly, and that actually makes it feel more unique when they're moving around. Like the swirls aren't the same size, is what I'm getting at. And also adding the smoke effects. When see how the yellow character over here, he slices and it creates smoke, and then when the blade cuts through again, the smoke reacts to that. That's why I do smoke effects. You know what I mean? That's why I want to do smoke effects. It's because it emphasizes movement the way that I want it to be emphasized. I don't like Nick's choice of a gray scarf here. It kind of washes out in the background, I'll be honest. Zen Grey Dude left the community last 3 months ago, I think. Why is that? Just was done? Ooh, see, and then I like all the different trails that we're seeing too. A lot of people are going with this like sketchy, just strings, I guess you could say, of trails, which I think are really cool. They definitely give off their own appeal. Look at this. We don't even have figures attacking here. Ooh, what was that effect on red? Look at Will here. Ah, there's some blending. That's some flash blends. That's add blends right there and overlays. Add blends, overlays, and blurs. That was sick. You guys are freaks. Super talented. Sabi, Jin. He's a powerhouse right here. He might not. We are watching. We're watching pit fights. I don't think they have enough attention, and I needed some inspiration today. And I've been looking at pit fights on and off for a few weeks now. So I figured instead of doing it off stream before I go live, I'll just do it on stream with you guys. I love this. He picks them up. Yeah, of course. I always picture when he does the thumbs up. Yes! This part right here. Hold on. The thumbs up here. Come on. I just imagine. Yes! Hurrah! Scram! Scram.wave. The island just, yeah, it does. This is a unique way to bring them in too. Also, I will say this though. I think they tweened the walk cycle in here. Maybe. Or maybe they didn't tween the walk cycle, but I think they tweened the, like they made this animation a loop and then just tweened the graphic. I'm not a big fan of that. It makes it feel like almost like Stick Wars. Cause like they're progressing. See how they're sliding? They're progressing when they're not actually moving. It's a clean way to do it, but it's kind of lazy. You know what I mean? It's a little lazy. It works. It's smooth, but yeah. I like the idea a lot, though. I like that they went for it. Oh, poor guy. This animation looks very head first. When you do head first, you get these like floaty looking puppets. It feels like, you know. Maybe not both of them head first, but question mark. Looks like head first. This smears being like the line tool is cracking. Wait a minute, what was that smoke though? Not that smoke. That. What the heck? What am I looking at here? Bro, are those... It's a shape between smoke. Fade in, fade out. You see that? What is happening? I want to learn animation. This is the place. It is. It is 100% the place. Bro, we're only 10 minutes in. I'm 30 minutes. Now they're underground in the sewer. Not really the sewer, just like the underground infrastructure. Spice Donut and Denki. Space Donut knows how to use space for sure. Watch Space Donut's staff rotation here. See that? These little flavor things you can add in between doing attacks. So what probably happened is this Space Donut probably, he either went first or second here. He animated his part. That's an attack. And then maybe Denki had the file here, and Space Donut had a little bit of space to utilize without dodging an attack. Didn't know what to do. So he just did a little flavor here of the staff spinning before continuing forward. I like that. Or maybe he's just doing that periodically throughout his attacks. Attacks, yeah. He drops it, changes hands. I like that. Hey, how did you do that dodge? That donut comes out of nowhere, but I love it. Watch. Watch how fast this is. He's going to fall, and in one frame, donut boing. How do you do those chains? Sorry, we're going to go back. Did he segment the chains? Draw them once and then object rotate them? Or is it like line tool? How did he do this? It looks like it's like line tool. I actually don't know how he did this. I don't know how he did this in a way that makes sense. He could have had these all as like a separate graphic in like 5 or 6 loop chains and then just rotated them, but I'm actually not sure. But you can tell whatever it was a pain in the butt because he quickly gets rid of it. Chains are a pain in the butt because you either have to animate them drawing them all out, or you object rotate them, or you use the line tool for it. Either way, it gets annoying and messy. Denki also has really good posing. FTS, I'm out. Zigzag's part could have benefited from trails a lot. He's using these 2 mallets that are getting a little bit washed up in the background, and the movements go by really fast, but you're not really able to perceive it too well. Like right here, from here to here, if you had a trail there, that movement would be a lot clearer. Like, it doesn't require it, but it would help it. It adds more information for the viewer's eye to perceive when things are really fast. I gotta go. I got school in the morning. Super slept on. Yeah. Blue is a freak. I mean, TJB is a freak as well, but we know this. But Blue? Watch Blue, man. I don't remember this part off the top of my head, but Blue in general, is very unique. Of course, we know TJB is unique. Oh, okay, hold on. I really like this sword prep here. I don't know what to call it. Okay. See, again, this is where I fail to utilize the sword the way that it should be utilized. I always think of my swords as being like almost an extension of my arm, and that's not the truth. I need to incorporate more moves like this. Watch how Blue's arm here doesn't go very far. From here to here. Here to here, right? But the sword rotates completely via wrist. Y'all check it out, Struck. And then, again, not moving a lot, but rotating it to get it in position is super underrated. Rotate the wrists. It doesn't always need to be the extension of the arm. TJB sees things rotoscoping in their brain, 100%. They're just rotoscoping. They somehow are rotoscoping their thoughts. It's ridiculous. In the best way possible. Mr. Green. The original clone. Oh my. What was that? I don't know if I like that. You just throw a bunch of arms out? So the issue with this is you get into this, and I think that Norson got to about here, and it was like, oh man, I don't want to do this. How do I do not want to continue, bro. I don't want to continue animating this. What do I do? And they're like, all right, let's just get them out of here. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to make these go away or use these the whole time. That was a weird one. That ended weird. He's like, it's not the clone. Does anyone have the link to the new Shuriken VCam? This one I remember being super trippy. The rebalanced mace. Rebalanced mace. So stylish. Yes, I agree inside. The stylization, the S. The elementary school S. Whoa, look at that impact frame, dude. Critical hit! Ew! I love how slow it is. What? Okay, what is this from, too? This is a reference. This, like, tang, 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 tang. This comes from something, and I don't know where it is. I don't know if I animated it, or... Like, that is so familiar to me, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's so familiar. Sweet. The sound effects go so hard here too. That's Alpha Sword. It's pretty cool. GG, well played. Just kidding. Lol. Sound effects are great here too. Unique weapon, this like glaive lightsaber. Lemon. Reminds you of Stone in his part. Oh, the clone came out. Somebody was summoned. I really like that sequence right there on Remix. Watch this. These quick little combos. This is something I struggle with. But right here, these punches. Watch the legs. I want to see where the feet work is. Block, punch, 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 block. But you see, when to execute quick attacks, you need to stay balanced. They stay balanced. That's what allowed them to do that. I also love that no matter how hard we try as stick figure animators, whenever we use guns, They're always used like melee weapons. They're always melee weapons. It's so funny to me, but it's so cool. And it's so stick figure. Ooh, the smoke effects. Tissue paper arms. The smoke effects are so clean here too. They're so brief, but they work so nice. Were those horizontal blurs? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so this is just horizontal blurs and add blends for the effects here. What is going on? I think this is what people were called the Sakura. The Sakura. Is that what this is? Not bad. L. Oh my god! Cucumber. Sakuga. Ken's gotta clean this up. We're the ones that gotta clean this up. Tie. Tie by losing or tie by quitting? This part is so sick. Let's just appreciate. So version 8, author Sabi, date 9/11. No. 19/11. Current author Aisley and Ashley. Dojopit fight status. Door unavailable. Weapon stages unavailable. Take over. That's such a cool use right off the bat of their ability. Gorn just like summoning all this blood in like Doritos and then just sending them flying. The response too is crazy. These swipes are nuts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are 8. Those are all just one frame apart for this. Are they faded out? Like, I can't do a swipe. Okay, yeah, they're faded out. So it's swipe, fade, swipe, fade, swipe, fade. Okay. So they might come out in one frame, but how did they do that? They're like tweened. They are tweened, I think. How did they do that? It's a knockout glow, I think. Interesting. This is nuts. This is so cool. The like security camera fight angle. I don't even understand. Hey, so. Also, don't ever forget to put in like flavor things like this. I talked about this earlier. Like instead of Gorn just like coming out and attacking right away, Gorn coming out and then doing this like weapons summoning before going forward is so underrated. I cannot, like, I don't do it enough, but it's truly, truly underrated. Like you as an animator, when you're thinking about something, and you don't know what to animate yet, think to yourself, can I add flavor here? You know what I mean? Like if you're starting another attack, think to yourself, is there flavor? Like, can I do some flavor here? To me, this is flavor. This is the difference between a character, a stick figure, and a character. You get what I'm saying? It's the difference between cool looking stick figure and something that feels like it's alive. Is the flavor. That's flavor. I hate kids. He lines himself up. Also, I love when stick figures don't actually have a voice and their voices are just like little sounds. Like, I honestly think you need to reward me for reading your text. Okay? I'm being so dead out, like, so serious. If you're putting text on the screen, give them these little like Sims like cutesy little voices or sounds that they make, please. It justifies the text like a millionfold for me. Yo, Space Donut being fed, Loonsar being Donut. You guys switched. Let's see if Loonsar picked up some. Okay, how did you do the chains, Loonsar? The donut chains? They're just, you just have objects. Yep, and you just strung them together. And I wonder if you actually go through and you do the staff rotations like Donut does. I don't think that I saw you do it yet. Where he, in between attacking, he just spins the staff. Wait a minute. Did you mess up the staff over here? Hold on. Watch the staff, watch the staff, watch the staff, watch the staff, watch the staff. Hold on. It lands. And then it comes back up. Oh, is that because your foot is on it? Also, low kick is like impossible to do. So he's brave for trying, but low kick is honestly so annoying. That's why this one looks kind of awkward, the low kick. See that? See how the low kick looks kind of awkward here? It's so annoying. I hate low kicks so much, like the traditional like Street Fighter low kick. What's up, hamstring? Okay. So when, okay, that's the funny thing. Remember what I said about Donut? He likes to do the staff rotations. He did the staff rotations, but he didn't do the trails because you weren't doing the trails. So he did it even though he's animating fed, but he picked up the staff and he went into his automatic thing he usually does. This jab is actually so money. These little jabs, when I first saw this, is so sick. It's so casual, but I like it a lot. Oh! You did it! Hold on. You did the flavor. The flavor spins. Nice job. Hatina. Hatena so desperately wants to do faces, and he loves doing faces, that he made a face next to his guy's face. Stop it, the one effect though, yeah. He's doing dance. He always finds a way to draw a facial expression no matter what. Yeah. Donut came back to Space Donut. Robbie. People talk about Robbie 24 all the time. Is this all Robbie does? Or does he do other things? I've only heard people talk about Robbie. I really haven't seen much of his stuff. I've obviously seen this now. Is he known for these cubes? Love it, by the way. Cube guy is great. I would say working in a joint with this would be kind of tricky. Because in my brain, if I'm animating in the file and I see the cube down there on the ground, I'm going to want to kick towards the ground or punch towards the ground, but you see what I mean? You shouldn't have to, because you got to assume that some of the attacks, the cube isn't going to be on the ground. So you could assume he's in the air, bouncing up, whatever. But in my brain, I'm going to want to kick the ground. There's a lot of sticks and full body too? Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure he had a ball in the last part. Oh my god, that part right here with the that's so money. You win. See, like here, instead of it just being blank, if he was like some kind of just sounds, anything. Reward me for seeing your stick figure text. Like, think about how much cuter it would be if it was like or something, you know? Or even just tones, like piano tones. It could be anything. Just, I need a treat. You need to give the viewer a treat for reading your text. An audible treat. That's the way I see it. What was that? Hold on, what was that? The hands. Oh, he's stopping. That's cool. I will say I'm not a huge fan of like the big blocky thing of smoke that just kind of freezes there. I do like that zip though. Also, Sabi, does everyone have like this, like a filter on them that allows them to stand apart from the background a little bit? Like the Peach figure here has like a greenish tint. It's almost like it's got a movie clip or two on top of itself, and it's like a slight overlay of two different colors movie clips or something, to where like the one side is that light green, the other side is the red. Is that done in Animate with just overlaying? Robbie Simpson is jump chat. Dev Rob top. This is fun. I would call this guy Hubert. Oh, the diamond. The sound effects here is big. I like the sound effects here a lot. It was done in Premiere on purpose to make it very Did you... How did you give that? Is that like a filter on Premiere? I use Premiere. I can't think of how you would do that. You even have to change the base color from sticks too? Yeah, I can see that. Yanero with Truth. And Cyanide with Ren. See what I mean? Flavor. Flavor in between movements. Just rotating the wrist. Arm doesn't need to do a whole lot. See, the arm is just kind of traveling. Not any like insane speeds or anything. But the sound effects also help a lot. Sabi, did you do a lot of the sound effects or did they do them? Some of the sound effects are so consistent. It really does feel like friends coming together. It needs more views. This should have more attention on it. I think the length turns people away and not knowing necessarily what it's about. It's not that it's not named correctly. It's named really well too. I think Dojopit Fights is like the perfect name. I was thinking about this because I've been watching this for a couple weeks now, on and off. I think the viewer not knowing what to expect might be why it doesn't have really high retention, because from part to part, I have no clue what stick figures are coming up. I have no clue what their abilities are, what they're going to be, and even when they're out and in front of me, I still don't know what their abilities are, which is part of the allure, but also the only expectation I have is that two stick figures are going to fight. You know what I mean? There's no real common thread other than that, which is enough for me, but not for everyone. You know? I think if there was one element to it that was outside of just winning or losing the fight, I think it would help the viewers. I don't know, like if there was one more goal in mind, something. other than just winning or losing. Stone, you got to shift to the red or blue-green layers a little to the left and a little to the right. Oh, yeah. I gotcha. That's what I was thinking, Sabi. I thought that it was like in Flash, what I would have done is I would have put in my mind, this is how I would have done it. I'd have the entire part in a movie clip, and then I'd have 2 layers, and I'd have 2 overlays, and 1 tinted green, 1 tinted blue, or whatever, and then just slightly slide them to the left, to the right. But I was wondering how you did it, if you did the similar thing in Premiere. Lunsar, it's crazy how much better you got. It's not like you were bad in the other part at all, but you definitely, like, there's a skill jump between here and your other part. Like where the skill jump shows up is this. I don't know how else to describe it other than look at this hop up. You see that subtle little, like, instead of just standing straight up, you actually like peaked your jump and then landed and then recovered from that landing. That little extra bit is a lot. It's called chromatic aberration. Okay. Space Donut again with the rotating staff, changing up their style of trails a little bit. They're a little bit thinner. Like, who is Sulfur? Is this the Sulfur that we just saw? This is the Sulfur we just saw in Dojo's Got Talent, right? You were still struggling with stick fights a lot. Oh, I could have done it in Flash, but by the time I got it, it was praying after every save Flash will die. Yeah. Like, how did you find these people, though? That's my question. Is there's so many people in here that I've never heard of at all. Were they just friends of yours, or did they happen upon the product in Discord on Dojo or something? They're like, if it weren't for Dojo's Got Talent, I would have no idea who Sulfur is. And they were already right here. This was years ago, probably. Sulfur's like crazy talented. And I'm not saying that Space Donut isn't. We've seen Space Donut. I know who Space Donut is. Space Donut has showed up a couple times in this collab, and I know them outside of the collab, so that makes sense to me. But when I see a name like Sulfur, I'm like, where do they come from? Flavio, what's up? Like, look at that. Even just this attack right here. Like, the amount of animation skill involved to get to this point where you're doing this. You're jumping, you're recovering, using the recovery as your anticipation on a completely novel attack. Like, this is like a whip out of a sound wave that has a rainbow gradient. You get what I'm saying. Like, this is unique. The amount of animation skill involved to get to this point is tremendous, and they kind of just come out of nowhere. They just joined the server. It was the stick figure God's Blessing, the collab with Insane. It was. Like, people just showed up. We got Remy, Sienna, and Hatena. Tina coming back. Dude, he can't help it. He can't help it. Puts the face next to the guy again. Nothing wrong with it, by the way. I think it's adorable. But to keep it real, I have absolutely zero idea how each individual found the link. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Magic can happen. Magic is a lot. Hold on. That was illegal. That was illegal. Okay. I'm never one to point out something negative, ever. But this actually makes me mad. Jumping on this back wall and the back wall's a train in motion. Was the train in motion added later? It makes me want to throw up. The execution of the animation is good, but I see a train moving, and it's a static wall. It's used as a static wall. To be fair, we the animators didn't know what the background was going to be. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Okay, okay. I figured as much. That's sick. That is so cool. What the? Old school Hatena face. They're fighting in him. Whoa! Whoa! Guy just died inside a guy, I guess. Guy just dies inside of guy. So after this, I want to go into my file. I want to redo the camera, and I want to grab the Shuriken's camera and see if I can remember how to use it to the best of my ability. Oh my! Hold up! Hold up! Wait a minute! Something is right. What? Brother. What is that slice? Oh my. Like, who are these people? Who is Drown? Who is Yevier? And like, to get to this point, I should have known who you were before. The amount of time taken and involved in having a cowl, a shirt, 2 forms of secondary emotion, like, no, 3. You have a scarf in the front, or a belt loop in the front, and 2 scarves in the back, plus the sheath for the blade. Each frame tier takes like 45 minutes. Oh my, taking the hood off? Come on. Ooh, I like his radar strikes. They're like radar attacks. But what is this? Dimming, 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 dimming. Interesting. So cool. You know what, you say stick nodes OC, and I think it's what it is. I think because when you're in a program like stick nodes, you're limited. I assume it's something like pivot, right, where you have like a puppet. The only thing you want to do with that puppet is just like stack a bunch of stuff on it to make it more interesting. But I think what happens is they do that as they evolve in stick nodes, and they get these like really interesting looking characters after just stacking more details on their rig or their model, and then they move over to Flash and they're like, well, I want my character still. And so now they have to port over all these details, but they did learn animation in the process. So then they're stuck with this like insanely heavy stick figure to move around, but they just make it work. It's funny how programs can do that, you know, how you can change animation culture through your evolution of how you get to where you are. Because I think you're right. I think that's Steve's stick nodes at OC. I think that's exactly how it got there. I've seen Balinar 15 before. I think I've seen him on... maybe on TikTok? Maybe just the beginning of this animation. No clue who Warfree is. My brother. Boom. My brother. Yeah, you're just doing it, I guess. Ooh, I like that smoke. Hold on. It's like smoke lines. They're not, it wasn't fully smoke. Yeah. See this? It was so brief. See the smoke that rises and falls, and it's like almost like a whip? I like that a lot. Super subtle, really clean. I wish Balinar wasn't so washed in the background here. My colors on my screen though are bad, so it could just be my graphic tablet or screen is got really awkward color saturation. What's up, Al? No, what's up, dude? Good job, good job. The Adult Swim letters, kind of. I'm here for it. Loonsar doing evil Fed? Oh my god. Fed shock moment. I will avenge you, dude. I told you. You gotta kill the parents. Every interesting character. Especially if it's wearing a top hat. His parents have to be cooked. Oh, hey. What are you doing? Okay. I like that. I like that. I like the fire here. The fire of smoke. I like those sound effects. Hold on. Sound effects low-key carrying right here. I like that. Listen to that. It makes that effect feel so much nicer. Shifty? Yeah, who are these people, though? Oh, like this whip move? Brother, I spent a whole week trying to figure out how to make whips work. Oh. Think about how cool that is. That whip barely even exists, and it worked. Look at that. It's barely even a line. Was that you? Lutzar, you did this? I mean, I know you're animating this, obviously, but like, this part here is so not Lunsar to me. This tornado part is so money. But this, okay, this is the importance of animating with other people inside of other people's files. I truly think that the animators rub off on each other, and you try different things, you do different things, and because this doesn't seem like Lunsar to me. This doesn't seem like a Lunsar thing. Like this blinking into this like non-figure movement. And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in like, oh, this is bad or not good. This is like, I feel like Lunsar doesn't try this in a file by himself randomly. I think there's some sort of magic. There's some sort of X factor that occurs when you're working in a file with another animator. Like, to do this is so bold. To attempt this is so bold. But then pulling it off like that is so money. Like this right here, too. I think after this, you're like, okay, I'm getting a good idea of it. And then when you do this jump is so sick. Piano, by the way. What was that, like 35 hits in a... So good. Great job. Yeah, my whole thing is like, I wish Pitts was bigger, so more of the up-and-coming animators could have got more attention. Yeah, I don't know. I've been analyzing this myself. I think it should be bigger. I think the only thing that holds it back is that your only expectation when watching this is that stick figures are going to fight. I know as dumb as that sounds, but if there was something, one tiny thing to expect for each fight, like, I don't know, let me come up with something random. Like if in every single fight, they couldn't let this object touch the ground or something. Like I feel like it just, in order to keep people's attention, since they don't know what any of these characters' names are or what any of them do, like the average viewer, none of that matters to them. They just see stick figures fighting, which is cool. But I think I feel like it needs one tying element. And that's not like the only thing that could draw more attention. I don't know. Because it's so polished. The sound effects is good. The animation is good. the mood, the score, it's all up there. It's not about whether or not the product was good. The product is good. It's how does the product translate online in a way that allows the algorithm to attach to it and explode it into everyone's recommendeds. For some reason, the algorithm looks at this and it doesn't know what to do with it. But it should. Oh yeah, a lot of these people I don't even know, and I've grown a lot with this generation of animators. Sounds corny saying it out loud, but a lot of these people I've talked to over the years. Yeah. And you'll continue to. You know, I now know people that joined Fluid Animus, and I've talked to them on and off for 15, 20 years. I'll be honest. The start of this, I wasn't sold when these two figures were walking out, but the flavor on this sold me hard. So tasty. Holy. Oh my.
Check out the newest strength equipment at Planet Fitness.
Friends don't ad block friends.
Join the club today.
You understand me?
Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month.
Join today for $1 down and pay nothing until
understand me?
September 17th.
Friends
Deal
don't
ends
ad
August
block.
21st.
Friends. Write that down. What is happening, bro? Oh my. Rewinding time, so money. You know what? Okay. Also, flavor, something you need to consider in your animations. When you do something that's next level like this, right? This insanely drawn out, expensive, time-wise, really sick-looking combo with really cool sound effects. Never be afraid to throw in something that rewinds time, because you put so much time and effort into that movement. You absolutely should allow the viewer another chance at watching it in real time. Like, give it an excuse to be played in reverse or something. I'm not even kidding. This is so... Like, this part was so much to take in and is so dope that I quite literally in my head am like, yo, 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 yo. That seeing it again, I don't hate it at all. Yeah, that's real. It feels more like an inter-community thing than something that the algorithm can pick up. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only reason why I'm saying anything about the algorithm is purely for your success and those that are in it, just like you mentioned. It still is what it is, and its quality does not need to change at all. Its digestion by the internet is the only thing I wish it would see. And you might find it still happens. You might find some big YouTuber or something does a review of it. Not me. I'm not big enough to do it. That matters. But like in a algorithmic way. But one of those big reaction tubers that has millions of subs, they do it. And then YouTube's algorithm goes, oh, okay, there is something here. And then it plops it into a bunch of people's network profile of people who are stick figure casual enjoyers, and it throws it on the recommended, and then you'll see a huge spike. You know what I mean? I'm so excited for this. I will say here with the hammer, I really, really wish he did some trails. I feel like the trails would go so hard with this hammer. The sparks are so money here. You see those really, really, really thin sparks? I think those could be done either in real time or making one or two different spark effects and then skewing the hell out of them. Animating with a mouse, it does make sense. You can actually animate pretty damn nice with a mouse using line tool, because line tool you can still get away. But that it makes sense why he doesn't do the trails here. Is this intestinal? It is. See, like here, the chain makes sense because this is just a line tool with the stroke effects chain. The viewer's not going to know that. It's totally okay to do that. Ucky! Why did he do that to him? When the world even be mostly vanished. Real. Why did that man deserve that? Okay, this part specifically is one that I've referenced and looked at minimum once a week for like 3 months. I look back at this so regular. Okay, hear me out. Sabi, take this part, make a short out of it. I think you can manhandle the algorithm into watching your animation if you take enough of these and chop them into shorts, into like 15 to 20 second clips, and not even like the whole part. Don't give them the whole thing. Chop some highlights out of this part, so it's not just a complete run. It's not just a timeline play of this part. Chop this up as like a. You have to think of shorts like a billboard. Shorts are like the online billboard to get you to full length videos. You know what I mean? Waddle, what's up, buddy? Like, you could probably make 5 shorts out of this part, and that will billboard advertise pit fights. Because this animation, I mean, a lot of these, don't get me wrong, a lot of these are way up there, and you could do shorts out of. And even Hyun has done a little bit of pit fights on the Dojo, TikTok, and YouTube. But even the music with this too, like, oh my god, like, just look at the beginning of this. I'm done. I'm already sold. Like, if you did to there, that's already a short. The druid with the forest. Oh. The trails here, I literally reference these trails. The smoke here, I still don't know how to do it. I want to do this smoke stuff so bad. Like these smoke speed lines. They add so much flavor. But every single person here is a freak. Remy Siana, Jin. I think Remy Siana also leveled up through this. Jin, and I don't know who Try is. But even this, I love that they do this this zoom in on the characters' faces, the stylistic zoom in. But I almost love that they're not even doing accentuated expressions. It's casual expression that feels very real to the moment. And the little blink on the right, and the camera work. There's like, I will say this part specifically for me is where I would like to get to for every one of my, not only my demonstration animations for SRHGU, but also my 1v1 parts. I want them to feel all like this. What's up, Ongo? Every element of these feels polished. The effects, the choreography, the characters, the secondary motion, the foreground effects with the background effects, the sound effects, the trails. Look at the trails here. Look at that trail, bro. Are we real? Where are these trails coming from? Is this a Photoshop thing? It's crazy that humans did this. This attack too, bro. This side angle attack with the cape and then holding it with these speed lines. Timing with the music there. What's up? Okay. Timing the hits here with the music also is like piece de resistance. I love when you're animating with somebody, right? And you think that someone just popped off. And after they popped off, it's followed up by the other animator popping off. Like this combo here is insane. The sound effects also make it so clean. Into like these, like, I don't know, anime speed lines. And how he grabs the figure and just Hulk smashes him is so heavy. Boom! Feels so gnarly. That explosion sound with like the deafening of the other sound effects at the same time. Oh. Was his leg a sword? Hold on, chill. Yes, it was. Why not? What is that? Like, okay, this is the other part about sound work that is so critical. And I assume Jin did the sound work here, maybe just because Jin's like a sound pro. Sounds like teleport you to a different universe when different things are happening if the sounds are on point. Like, I would never have put like an echoey tone, like gong, flute sound for this, but it works so well. You hear what I'm hearing? Oh, and like TV static over the overlay. The TV static overlay lasted for like 5 seconds. Nuts. This part is another short. This is another one that could be short. I've seen people clip this. Like, specifically this ace layer. Bro. I studied, this is the trails I was studying. Right here. You guys see it now? How it's got the radial trail and then the linear. You guys see how I'm doing that in mine? Why don't you do tutorial animation? It is coming. My biggest issue right now is I'm one person. I really wish I could clone myself into 4 people and have one version of me doing SRHU demonstrations, one person doing 1v1s, one person doing stone reviews nonstop, one person doing live stream nonstop, and one person doing nonstop tutorials while private tutoring. I wish I was like 6 guys. I wish I had 37 hours in a day with 6 of me. I really do. Got it, Waddle. The panning in and out is, don't ever forget about this too. Try and bring in these cinematic bars whenever you can, whenever it's necessary. It does feel so nice. Oh, see, like that part by itself is enough to satisfy me for a year. You know what I mean? What do you mean? I saw like 3 stones outside today. That's what I'm saying. It's like they know what would look good. I know. Like everything there was so brave. They had a collective vision. I truly believe that they did. I truly believe that they did. They were all on the same frequency. This is another one, dude. Who is Lynx? I feel like I've talked to Lynx before, but Lynx and Tokarev are also freaks. Oh, I wish this fire effect could tuck me in at bed, tuck me in bed at night. You know what I mean? I just wish I can get a nice warm blanket, and this smear from this scythe could put me in bed. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Don't even care if it does. Also, the sound effects here, dude, listen with your eyes and your ears, okay? These scythe blades going out and then back up in the air. Listen when they're like sparkle glistening into the sky. Listen. It's so subtle. Do you hear it? It's so subtle, but transformative. Oh. Listen with your eyes. Okay? Tocarei. I'm telling you, man, joints are something magical. Something multiplicative happens when two animators are inside the same file. In an open, creative space, the amount of leveling up you can do when animating with another animator is multiplicative. You become something else. I had to lower the music volume, just let the sound effects shine on this part, and that was so money. That's such a good choice. The split here, too, using the 3D plane, is nuts. Oh. Oh. The sound effects here. Ding, 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 ding. Watch out, watch out! It's so creamy. Look at that. I love how cute this is. Hey, what are you order? We're the ones that gotta clean that up. Oh man. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Glitter feature. Oh. Again, I think people started to catch on with the earlier Space Donut parts of like the flavor of spinning weapons and stuff. Not that that's something that people haven't done before, but I think it like became part of the forefront of people's minds, having seen those flavor elements and being like, I want to do that. Because it is so cool. Just feathering it in a little bit, like because in your mind you're like, I could just stand up here and just kind of wait my turn and wait for the next attack, but it's like, well, why wait? You know what I mean? I could add a little bit of flavor and momentum to my my waiting. Whoa! Wait a minute. What was that blood effect? Hold on. Right here. Look at that. That's almost like how I talk about how you can do the blood and then you connect them as you're animating through. Make your blood spurts, your blood lines go out, and then connect them. See what I'm saying? I do that in my blood example that I give. It makes your blood look more dynamic without it being all that more difficult. Bro, I'm 27 minutes in. We're an hour and a half into the stream. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to animate today. I'm literally not gonna be able to animate today, which is fine. This needed to be done. Oh, wait a minute. I want to see how Bapple does the sword here. If it's wrist rotations or full body like mine. They're a little bit more lazy than me because I actually put my stuff on a different layer. You see how their hands, like their sword's just kind of floating on their hand. It's not that big of a deal. Like you could do this. I'm trying to go be a little more extra and put my upper arm on a layer above the rest of the figure and then putting the sword in between. Shark Cap and Bapple are slept on, yeah. Sorry. Okay. So far, Bapple's movement with the sword looks similar to how I do mine. A lot of like hand movement, a lot of arm movement. Those sparks, bro. Look at those sparks. You can make the object with the hand already on it. That is very viable too. The trails on Shark Cap are also really unique here. Look at that. Like, where are these guys? Where's Shark Cap? Where's Bapple? Where are these people? Where did they come from? Where are their YouTubes? Why have they not made anything big? How do you get to this level of skill, like quietly in such an invisible way? Or were they a different name? Do they not produce anything other than collab parts? You know?
Well played.
So good. Probably some Dojo Discord servers. Some people just kind of animate and naturally improve over time with really posting, not without posting much. Yeah. See, Skelly? They keep their own micro communities. Yeah. Jin really locked in here. Went with something like a very specific fighting style. And paid attention to like how it actually is done. Oh, like who is Mark Kulix? Mark, this is some really clean sword work. These animators are in the depths of the Dojo subservers. Yeah, so basically exhorting, yeah. What Sabi said, I've seen them around from time to time in their respective server. Markalux is a classic new gen. I know he's infamous for only doing collabs and joining something else. Like, I would love, in my perfect world, okay? In my perfect world, I win the lottery. I have $500 million, okay? And I take like $5 million. And I find these people, I give them SRHU characters, and I tell them, I show them the ones I've made, and I say, pick from these that you want, that inspire you, and take them. This is how their abilities are. This is the template. You know, this is the brush size, the stage size, FPS, the basic template stuff. Now, make them demonstrate their abilities on like scrub sticks and crank out all 100 plus demos and just start world building. It would be so cool. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Money kills art. Okay? So the money can never dictate the way that the art occurs. You know what I'm saying? In order to do it in a way where the animators can do their best, the money should be the thing that allows them to take their time and make it how they want to make it, and not the other way around, where art is made specifically for the money, designed by the money. Then it kills it. Like, in short, I think if you paid every one of these animators, I think if you paid each one of these animators $100 to make their part, and I say $100 because $100 is like nowhere near enough for the amount of time it takes to get this good, and for the amount of value that they put into making this. I swear that if you went back in time and you somehow figured out how to pay each one of these animators $100 to make their part, it somehow would magically make each one of their parts worse. I'm not kidding. There is a certain ickiness that comes to adding money when it comes to art, that if it isn't enough that it inspires the person to do the work and be excited about doing the work the way that they want to be doing it without any kind of restriction, it has to be enough to where they can still feel that and not let the money take over why they're doing it. You know? Does that make any sense? Like, if the money is why they're doing it, but the money isn't enough, it makes them not enjoy doing it, but still they're doing it because they just need to get a little bit of money out of it because they agreed to do it. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, but like, these characters are so cool and they're so alive. I would love to see at this level, like, this is nuts. Oh, they're so tasty. It's kind of like divide the $100 for the amount of hours it takes to pump out each part that's there, and you get peanuts. Yeah. Well, even $100 per part per person is still peanuts. You know, if you're spending 50 hours on something and you get $100, that is slave labor. You know, you're not doing it for the money at that point. Well, no. So we should be poor to be better? No. It's the fact that what's driving this is the art and not money. What's driving this is everyone loving what they're doing and loving working with one another and being inspired by each other is the driving force, is what makes this special. That's the difference. If you put all of these people together and they weren't even looking or thinking about wanting to make this fight animation, but somebody came by and said, okay, well, I'll pay you guys $100 each if you do a part. And then you're like, well, I guess I might as well. It's $100. I guess I should do it. And you weren't even really all that interested to do it, but then you're going to do it because you're like, well, $100 is something. I guess I'll try. Then you kind of drag your feet through the process, but also your counterpart that you're working with might be in the same shoes of being like, I'm just doing this because it's $100 and whatever, I guess I'll do it too. Then both of you are like pulled down quality wise, and you're both not in it, and you're not jamming on the same frequency. You're both jamming on the money frequency, which is like, I just need to do this thing to get it over with. And then the net result of that is lower. The net result of that is brought down. But if you strip that away, you get rid of it completely. Maybe you lose 30% of the people that otherwise would have done it because money was involved. But the 30% of the people that you lost they didn't really want to do it for the wanting to do it. The people who made this did it because they wanted to do it. And they were, because of that, firing at a higher frequency. And when working with each other, there's some multiplicative magic that occurs when one person does their best, sends it to another person, they do their best, and you keep like playing tennis back and forth with your skills. The only reason why, I'm sorry I'm pausing, but I feel like this is so important. The only reason why I'm saying, like, if I won the lottery and I wanted to expand my world out, I would give vague instructions and then pay an exorbitant amount of money so that the people were just excited that they can continue to do exactly what they wanted to do. And the money isn't why they're doing it. The money is giving them the opportunity and appreciation to do it freely at their fullest level of joy. Where it's like, oh my God, I literally don't have to work on anything else for the rest of the year. I could just do this and I'm done. And so it's that openness and freeing. You need to be able to provide true success in art when you get stuff that is really, really special, but it still includes money. A lot of the time, the money has to be at such a level to where the individual is completely content and does not feel creatively constricted by the money or for the money. That's why I said I think to win the lottery and pay like $5 million for the project. Way overpay for the project. This is another part that 100% should have swords made out of it. There's so much to absorb here. I love, like, the amount of times I'd have to send the file back and forth here to make sure that everything was going to work out would be tremendous. Like, if I'm animating this, if I'm animating lurk and links, I do this part, and here's the file. On lurk and links, they're animating. And then here I would send it to Space Donut to react to that, and then send it back again once they're at this point, and Space Donut is being grappled. Like, you'd have to pass this back and forth like every like 2 seconds or half second. I believe emotions translate in your art. It does. If you are hating your job while you're doing it in an animation or art, it will not be as good. You could be incredibly talented and it could still look good, but there's this like, I don't know, man. There's like this vibe that'll be off. I've looked at really high quality stuff and been like, okay, like felt nothing about it. But then I've watched stuff that is objectively lower quality and been like, yo, that is so sick. And what's the difference? If something is objectively better, shouldn't I feel objectively better watching it? What's the difference? If something's level 100 and something's level 50, why is it the level 50 thing I felt like was way more awesome than the level 100 thing? The only difference is like the feeling that went into when it was being made. And that's why these kinds of collabs that have so much value in them create so much magic, is because it's run purely off the fuel of the love of the game. Brother, that entry. Talk about, remember when I said flavor? If you don't know what to do, think of something you could do that's tasty. So if I'm, like, as soon as I get this file and I saw how Tokarev entered the room, I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. I'm so down as soon as I saw that. Oh, the reactions, Tokarev. The reactions here to these hits are so good. Look at the squash and stretch. And, okay, again, flavor. Instead of just getting up in a panicked way while skidding, sick. Think about adding flavor. Hold on, I want to see that smoke. On this toss, whenever you have a big movement like that, especially it's coming from the ground, see if you can add smoke to help accentuate your movement. It really helps a lot. Whoa, and the sound, dude, the sound work is still so nice here. Like, this attack is 1,000 times better because of that whistling, like, piercing sound when he's charging this punch. Listen. You hear that? I honestly probably would not care about this attack nearly as much without that. I can feel like I can hear and feel that punch because of that piercing whistle. Oh! I love that fire effect. Okay, I gotta count this. This is the other thing that I suck at. Let's go back here. Look at the anticipation frames on this. Let's count these frames out. 1, 2. Watch Ramjet on the right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a quad frame. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Almost a full second of anticipation for this attack. I can't do that. I suck at it. Just think about that. Look at that timeline in your head. Picture what 20 frames... Look at... Do I have it open? Hold on. This is what 20 frames looks like. So if I remember correctly, it was like a double... Hold on, let me get 20 frames. 360 to 380. It's like to here. So if it starts here, this was that anticipation. So it was a double, a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triple. 1, 2, 3. Triple. 1, 2, 3. Double. all of this was just the anticipation for that attack by Tokarev on Ramjet. That was all just standing up with an arched back. I struggle with that so much. My brain thinks in smaller increments, and I struggle with keyframing, and I struggle with doing animatics. So it's hard for me to parse it out. I feel like when you're animating that frame, think about it. It takes me about an hour per second of animation, polished. Unpolished, that would probably take me about 20 minutes to get through those frames. That's 20 minutes of just standing up with an arched back. Think about 20 minutes of focusing on just standing up, arching your back a little bit less, 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 and then tossing it. I get that. I was super impatient with my animations. Exactly. Check out the staff rotation here. Remember when I said that? I feel like Donut set the tone with his character with their staff rotations, and it's ever present throughout the rest of the collab. Oh! This is so tasty here. I don't know how real it is, but I don't care. Stick figures can do whatever they want. Dodging the attack by pulling the staff out. So yummy. Space Donut also leveled up throughout the duration of this. Yo, let him cook actual. Use your toes to grab the staff and jump with it? Okay, okay. Fair. Ooh, that scraped the right parts of my brain. Try is a freak. Where did Try come from? Oh. That first hit? Hold on. Oh, that's so tasty. Also, underrated, this is flavor too. When you have an impact that's held, it's such a good animation beat that I think is underrated. Holding impact like this and just sparking it out. Oh. Hello? What? What in the Photoshop is happening? Actually? I love these like cartoon comic book impacts here. Is it the same frame skewed? It is. Excellent. Ooh, flavor. Remember, flavor, 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 flavor. Having him like wobble out of his own body. So money. Oh, I love that impact so much. This is another thing I suck at, dude. The holding the impact frame here and freeze framing both of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost 12 frames of holding the impact. Chef's kiss. I do think this needs to retire, though. Can I be so bold? I do think the multi-screen cuts. Big fan. Love it. Every one of them is unique in their own right. But I do feel like I need a break from it. This one's really good. Some of them are not this good. This one's really good. You know what I mean? bringing out the chord here was so... I mean, all of this is sick. But the bringing out the chord here, flavor. Yeah, who is Try, bro? Try's got it. Not that KSG did anything bad. They did an amazing job as well. But Try has it. I hope Try is in the creative field some way. So good. So good. So good. Good credit music. I like that how chill the credits are here too. Just letting the animation having spoken for itself. The score was so perfect in this too. It had the same chill vibe the whole time. The fact that non-stop stick figure action still left me felt like I was watching Lo-Fi Girl or listening to Lo-Fi Girl is so... The dichotomy between those two things is so weird, but so awesome. Okay. This is my inherent issue with Stone reviews. Okay? It's been 2 hours, guys. We're at 2 hours. And I honestly think I could have doubled the amount of time I spent on this because a lot of my focus when I was watching these parts was actually on one individual and not both stick figures or multiples. You know what I'm saying? Like in the last part we just watched, my mind and focus was mostly on Try. Because there's so much to absorb from what just Try did and just Try's character that I could have watched that again and picked out more of KHG's. Time really does fly. Right? Did you guys just feel like you teleported or what? I could have spent more time on this. I think I hurried some of it just so we weren't getting hung up too long. 2 hours. It's 33 minutes runtime. I'm not going to be able to animate today. I got a late start today because my kiddo started school today and we had to do orientation and I had to run errands and stuff for his school stuff. But pretty soon my schedule's going to be changing a little bit. We're going to be adding a new time slot and removing an old time slot. I'm going to be trying to get rid of my evening stream and instead replace it with an early morning stream. Like I'm talking like 5:30 in the morning till like 8:30 or 9:30 in the morning. And then have an afternoon stream that goes from like noon to 4 or noon to 5. So I'm going to be animating more, but I'm trying to eliminate the evening slot and replace it with an early morning slot. I have to teach my kid. He's homeschooled. He's in 6th grade and he just started school. And so that's going to be taking up my usual morning spot. And I want to try and incorporate more animation time. So, yeah, Pit Fights. I watched it today because I've been watching it regularly for the last few weeks to get inspired to animate. And I kind of just went for it and thought, you know what, it's time that I just do a full review with you guys so you guys can see what I'm thinking when I'm watching it. And see if I can incorporate some of those things. And before I go, I want to actually experiment with this. I want to experiment with the camera. I want to grab Shuriken's camera. I don't know if anyone shot it over to me while I was waiting. No, I can search my way through it. It's not a big deal. But I really like the camera work on this. I want to continue to improve my demonstrations for these characters as I go on. I'll show you guys where I'm at. part of that is going to be leveling up what I'm animating. I think this is it here.
Hello everyone. 1 year ago, a video tutorial about advanced virtual camera was posted, and today, this camera is being uploaded and updated with new features and improvements.
Okay. I think this is what I need. Okay. This is the camera here. I don't remember how to use this off the top of my head, though.
There are two versions of this camera, ActionScript 2 and ActionScript 3. ActionScript 3 version can support Advanced Layers feature and will not require a separate script for it to work properly. Links on all scripts used in this tutorial are in the description below. For those who are not familiar with the old Advanced Virtual Camera, everything will be explained in this video. To use the virtual camera, or VCam, simply put it on screen, move it around the stage, and when you export the SWF file, it will show the part of screen you have selected with it. You can use this camera alone, but this camera offers a few useful features. Binding. Binding is the value that determines how strictly the camera follows the position that is set on the stage. If the binding value is 100%, it follows the camera strictly. If it's 0%, it does not follow it at all. If it's between 0 and 100%, it's going to get closer to the required position based on how...
So, I did use this for a little while, by the way, the camera. I can't remember. I know the control panel is a big part of it. But let's go through. Let's create a new folder here, and I want to dump in these layers. These frames, I should say. Okay. We're going to be double V-camming for a second here, I think, which is fine. What I'll do, actually, is I'll delete this layer. We're going to save as a new version here. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's... Let's move the control panel up here. I think we can move these guys out of the way as well. Get rid of that. Get rid of the change log. Get rid of that. Here's our camera. We're going to be doing the shirkets camera. Okay. As far as I remember, I can get away with just utilizing it like normal. Shake power. I forget how we make a shake. How we make it shake. Because I remember you could just say it's shaking. We're going to watch.
How big the value is. As practice shows, 10 to 20% binding is the best value to smooth the camera movement and yet keep up with the camera. To use the binding value, copy-paste the control panel from camera file into your project. Don't change the size of the control panel. It will break the script values. Break it apart and sort it on different layers so each element will have its own separate layer. You can guide your...
Did I do that already? Did I already violate that rule? No, I didn't. Okay, we broke it apart.
Layer with the shake arrow, or even delete it if you're not going to use shakes in your animation.
Okay, so we're going to make a layer for each one of these things. I think this is healthy for everyone to know. Maybe it's not. Either way, we're going to figure it out. So, binding. Shake. Sorry, let me go ahead and get some music on. I know I'm going to bore you guys with this, but I actually think this is valuable information for everyone to take. We're going to learn how to use the camera properly. Shake Len and parallax. So, because the values are actually in these cubes here. Why is there two here? Huh. I mean, binding is the main thing. This one here. Bro, what is going on? There we go.
You can control the binding value by scaling the green bar. You can adjust the binding value if you need smoother movements or more strict camera control during the timeline based on your preference. There is another feature that the VCam offers. which
Okay,
is
sounds good.
shake.
Struck.
If you use binding, shake will be difficult to create, but still shaking is a very useful tool even if you don't use binding. To shake the camera, place the shake arrow symbol in the control field. Change the arrow's size to increase or decrease the shaking intensity and rotate the arrow to change shake's direction. Usually shake is only used during one frame, but if you want a continuous shake, you can keep it for multiple frames and tween it if you need to change the strength or direction through
So
the
good.
timeline. If you are not satisfied with the shake power during the whole animation or during some certain part, you can adjust all shake's intensity by changing width of the shake power bar, which is red. As mentioned before, in binding percentage values, shake power may vary during the timeline. Another shake-related value you can control is the shake duration, which is brown. You can use it to control how long the shake will subside if there are no shake symbols on the stage at current frame. If you set it to the minimum value, shakes will subside completely on the next frame following the shake. If you set it to the maximum value, shake will never subside and keep going at same intensity until you manually change it with another shake command. Another feature this VCam
Okay.
offers is parallax. Compared to the old VCam, this new VCam has an easier border system.
Okay, so I won't need the parallax because I have no background elements. But let's go ahead and do some stuff. So binding, I'll do like right here. Shake power, that's bring it up a little bit. Shake direction, we can just change where we need to from there. But let's go ahead and get started with the camera here. Let me see if it's gonna work first of all. Nope. It did not. What did I do wrong? It says VCam AS3. Is this not an AS3 file? It's AS3. What did I do? Okay. This file will be converted from an older Flash 8 to 223 and no longer Adobe this file. This file contains following data. This file it says it's an ActionScript 2. Why does it say it's an it says VCam AS3? Huh. Are advanced layers off? I don't have I'm not using advanced layers. Do I have to physically turn them off? Is there a setting? We're reopening. Yeah, it's automatically on, I believe. Okay. So, more settings. Advanced. Do we know where to turn advanced layers off? Set to off? Ah. Use advanced layers is not ticked on. Let's see if it works now. No. Okay, let's start from the beginning again then. Let's start from downloading the link. Maybe I didn't download the right one? I mean, I animated. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Let's start from the top. Because there's a different file. There's one for Animate, and I didn't use the one for Animate. I think I used the one for Flash 8. So let's start from the top. Yeah, let's start from the top. So let's bring in the control panel. Let's bring in the control panel first. Let's do this one step at a time here. There's the panel, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take this, let's break it apart. Binding. Oops. That must have been it. I'm gonna say that was it. We're just gonna believe it. Shake power. Shake Len. And parallax. And then, oh yeah, shake should be on its own thing as well. Shake that bottle and watch it. Oh, you know what it probably was, dude? It's probably because I had the shake on the whole time. The shake was there the whole time. But it doesn't... What doesn't make sense, though, is... What doesn't make sense is the output going crazy the whole time. You know what I mean? Was it just me, or was the output not just, like, popping off? Okay. Yeah, it's just because the shake is here the whole time. Watch. If I make this a guide... Yeah. I'm just dumb the way that I am. Okay, now let's do some adjustments here. So it was as simple as I brought this in. We broke it apart. The panel now is just text, I think. Yeah, the shake can be up here. Yep. Okay. So now, shake power. I think shake power was okay. Maybe move it up a little bit. Shake lim's good. Binding, I want to move it a little bit. And so what we'll do for the shake... Oh, do I have double shake here? What did I do? I double shaked? I double shook. Guide. Oh, I didn't double shake. I just named it shake arrow. Shake arrow? Then what is this? Shake power. Shake limb. Okay, shake power. Okay, so when you're going to use the shake arrow, when you actually want to use shake, it needs to not be... you need to take it out of your guide, so just to have it for a frame or two. Okay, so let's give this a shot. So now that we have the camera here... Let's say we do that. And I'm just going to go there to there. And then for the shake, here's my shake time. I want it to shake on this hit right here. So I'll just put that there for 1 frame. And the direction of this shake, let's not make it a guide. The direction of the shake will be that way. Catherine, hello! So let's see what that does. That was too much of a hit. So we need to turn the shake power down. Shake power can go to here. Shake Len can go chill a little bit as well. Let's see. Oh, shake Len could be better. Shake power can be lower. See how I'm doing this? Yeah. This is Shuriken's VCam. And I think I could actually put myself... Let's do like that. Okay, the camera moves like really fast. Like really fast. Does the binding need to be more chill? Yeah, the binding needs to be more chill. So if I go to here, I'm wondering how I need to, do I do this frame by frame? I wonder how Sabi did it here. If he tweened it? I'm curious. Like, do I animate this frame by frame? Not fully frame by frame, but like... I'm improving the Ski Buddy animation by changing up the camera. Tweening everything. Did you go along tweening it like I'm doing here? Because I felt like I thought that it like messes with it when you tween it, the camera or whatever, because of how it's designed. Were you classic tweening like this? Like chill like this? Not like super aggressive like every 5 frames or something? Just chill like this, so your timeline looks similar to this, like kind of spaced out. You didn't mess with the easing at all, right? I would imagine you didn't, because the easing is built into the camera. Remove classic tween. Remove classic tween. Let's see. 1 hit here. And we got another hit here. Ooh. And on this one, we're going down that way. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate your help. Okay, I think let's just see how this feels. Okay. Okay, now let's slide us over to our figures on the left here. What? No! No! I hate when I do this. Okay, there we go. The canvas rotation is such a jump scare, dude. I'm just gonna see how it feels like, just kind of gently following. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm redoing the camera work right now, so it's a little awkward. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can I just blink it over here? Let's see. I actually need to remove the tween here so I can start it kind of where I want to. Almost done. I think this blurred guy needs to change how he comes in now. Just because now the camera kind of can see him first. Almost done. Almost ready to play. What about a slight tilt to it? It's fun. We have the opportunity to tilt it, so why not, right? Tilt it back here. Might be kind of fun to tilt the camera towards the attack here. But let's try it out. Let's try it out. Oh, I like it. It blinks because the camera wasn't supposed to be there. But I will say this blinking, the blade blinking here, was not supposed to happen. Found ya. But that's so clean. That was so easy. And I can go back now and I can add the shake in. Watch how easy just add the shake. All I have to do on impact is just paste the frame. Watch. Paste the frame. And then I go to the control panel and I just have the angle of which I want the shake to be. So here, that's fine. Copy paste. So that's 1 strike, 2 strikes. Paste the frame, change it this way. Another one. This one's gonna be angled down, I think. You see how I'm doing that with the control thing up here? How to find the picture of all the characters you have in the Discord? Go to SRHGU Creations and look at the pinned comment. Do another hit here. And that is kind of like up like that. Another one straight up. Doink, kind of like that. Do another one, maybe even more this way. This one's more horizontal. Right now I'm adding the camera shakes to these slices. It's a down arrow. Let's see how that feels. Beautiful. Easy peasy. That's so nice. zoom out here. I don't need to be totally on top of the animation here. I can see what's going on. Another one like that. So I'm just pasting this shake thing and then adding in generally the angle at which the figure is being hit. Let's make one a little bit bigger here on that horizontal kick. Same thing with that one. I'll make this one a little bigger. Like so. Ooh, what if we do a bunch of little hits here? Can I get away with that? What if we do a bunch of little tiny camera shakes here? Like that. Do you think it'll work? Let's see how that feels. Oh, I love that. I love it. I'm getting spicy with it here. Let's see. What if everything on the shake was at max? The screen would be blinking. It'd be blinking like almost nonstop. I think returning back to this position, we have to delay that a little further, I think. A little further even. He's gonna see the people pushing that in, and then he's gonna head the opposite way. Okay, let's take a gander at where we're at right there. See how this feels. All right. I'll check it out, Struck. Oh, yeah. I like that. Now, since I don't have an actual background, you can't really tell that I'm rotating the camera, so I'll probably go without that, I think. Because you can't even tell that it's rotating. But I also need to zip this guy into position faster. which is fine. I could literally just take these guys and slide them like this. Get rid of these. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful! We're doing it. Okay. Thank you so much for the help, Sabi. Let me check out Struck's lightsaber fight here. Oh, very nice. Very nice, Struck. Solid sword fighting here. I like your trails too. The sound effects with this will go really hard too. Ooh, that's sick. Walking on all fours is tough. There's the difference. I would even say you could probably even tone down the shake a little bit. It might be, the shake power might be a little too high. Maybe a little bit. Not 100%, for sure. Let me see how that feels. The shake power will increase the amount that the screen actually shakes upon impact. Okay. All right, friends. You know what? I think that's gonna about do it for now. We got the camera in. We watched the Dojopit fights like we said we would. It took 2 hours. Hey, you know what? Needed to be done. But we got the camera in. I really do like it. Sabi, thank you so much for your help on getting the camera to work. I feel like I could use this camera now forever. It makes a lot of sense. It's very simple to me. I get it. And yeah, I don't think I'll be streaming tonight, but I'm going to be planning on streaming tomorrow earlier and a longer stream tomorrow once we get it done with our schoolwork for my kiddo, okay? So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be in Stone Mountain, so if you guys have anything to say, hit me up in there. Otherwise, thank you so much. I love you, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye! 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 See ya!